You do not win wars by hiding. For centuries that is the rule. You advance. You close with the enemy. You charge. Generals believe courage decides battles. Discipline. Momentum. The human will to move forward under fire. From Napoleon's columns to the wars of empire, armies march toward each other, flags raised, officers on horseback, men shoulder to shoulder. This belief feels unbreakable because it always worked before. A charging soldier terrifies defenders. A line that advances together breaks weaker men. And when bayonets meet, the side that refuses to stop wins. So when the Great War begins in 1914, Europe's generals carry this truth with them like scripture. They know rifles. They know artillery. They even know machine guns, at least on paper. But they do not believe a weapon can erase courage itself. They believe men can always cross open ground if ordered to do so. And in August of 1914, entire armies march forward expecting glory. But in the mud of Flanders, one moment shatters that rule forever. You are Harry Patch, 19 years old, born in Somerset, a plumber by trade before the war, quiet, unassuming, no dreams of medals or heroics. When war breaks out, you enlist because everyone does, because your friends do, because Britain needs bodies. By 1917 you are no longer naive. You have seen men die of shellfire. You have learned the sound of incoming artillery. You know the smell of rotting earth and unburied bodies. You serve as a Lewis gunner, ironically a machine gunner yourself. You understand the weapon's power intimately. You have watched it chew through earth, wood, and flesh with the same indifference. The war around you has stalled. Trenches stretch from the North Sea to Switzerland. Millions of men face each other across strips of open ground called no man's land, sometimes 300 yards wide, sometimes less than 100. Commanders search for a breakthrough. They believe the answer is still the same. Mass. More men. More courage. More pressure. In the summer of 1917, British High Command launches an offensive near Ypres, Passchendaele. The goal is simple and impossible. Advance across muddy ground under fire, take German positions and keep moving. You know what waits ahead. Concrete bunkers. Interlocking machine gun nests. Fields already measured in death. And still the order comes. Advance. It begins before dawn. Artillery has been firing for days. Millions of shells churn the ground into a thick, sucking swamp. Rain falls constantly. Men slip and drown in mud. Rifles clog. Boots vanish with each step. You wait in the trench. The air smells of cordite and decay. Your hands shake, not from fear but from cold and exhaustion. A whistle blows. You climb the ladder. The moment your head clears the parapet, sound explodes. Not a single blast, but a tearing, metallic roar. German MG-08 machine guns open fire. Each gun fires roughly 500 rounds per minute. One gun covers an entire football field. Dozens overlap. You move forward because stopping means blocking the men behind you. 100 yards. The ground erupts. Men fall instantly, some without a sound, others screaming. Limbs vanish. Bodies crumple like sacks. 50 yards. The noise becomes physical. You feel bullets crack the air. Dirt sprays your face. The man to your left drops, his helmet spinning away. 30 yards. You see the bunker now. A dark slit. Smoke drifting from the barrel. The gunner does not aim at individuals. He sweeps. Left, right, left again. This is not combat. It is arithmetic. You dive into a shell hole. The mud pulls at you. Cold water fills your boots. You press yourself against the earth as bullets snap overhead. You realize something terrible. Courage no longer matters. Discipline does nothing. There is no glory in this, only survival by accident. Around you, hundreds lie motionless. The charge has lasted minutes. Minutes. And entire units have ceased to exist. Later you will learn the numbers. On some days, thousands die for gains measured in yards. At the Somme, over 57,000 British casualties occur in a single day. At Passchendaele, entire battalions vanish in under an hour. The generals are far behind the lines. They read reports. They see maps with arrows and objectives. But finally, even they cannot ignore the truth. The machine gun has broken the battlefield. And the old rule, advance at all costs, has become suicide. If you find this kind of forgotten history as fascinating as we do, we'd be honored if you'd hit that subscribe button. We believe these stories of courage, sacrifice, and hard-earned truth deserve to be told. And by subscribing, you help us ensure they aren't forgotten. What they didn't know, what no one fully understands yet, is that warfare has crossed a line it can never return from. Generals stop talking about valor and start talking about suppression. Infantry no longer charge alone. They crawl. They advance behind creeping artillery barrages measured to the minute. Tanks appear, not as breakthrough weapons at first but as moving shields. Aircraft are introduced to spot machine gun nests. New tactics form around avoiding open ground entirely. The machine gun reshapes everything. It turns defense into dominance. It forces armies underground. It makes frontal assault obsolete. By 1918, the old doctrine is dead. What remains is a war of coordination, technology, and firepower. And every army remembers the lesson, whether they want to or not. Harry Patch survives. Most of his friends do not. After the war, he returns home. He becomes a plumber again. He never talks about Passchendaele for decades. When he finally does, his words are simple. I was not a hero. I was just lucky. He lives long enough to become the last surviving British soldier of the Great War. When asked about war, he calls it organized murder. To this day, military academies teach the lesson learned in those fields. Technology changes faster than belief. And the price of ignoring that truth is paid by the men ordered forward. If this story moved you, please hit that like button. Every click tells the algorithm this piece of history is worth remembering. We're dedicated to rescuing these forgotten stories from the archives. If you want to join us on this mission, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Where are you watching from? Drop a comment with your city or state and tell us if someone in your family served. Thank you for ensuring that Harry Patch and the countless men who walked into machine gun fire do not disappear into silence. They deserve to be remembered.